Hi everyone, this is Venkat. In the last MRP2 video, I have explained you how to do the MRP2 process. Okay, the video what I have explained you in the last session was the manufacturing internal process. There is one more process in MRP2 which is a job work process. Now I will let you know what is job work. Job work refers to a manufacturer provides goods to another person or an entity for processing further. You can take example of the intermediate product. Okay, you may be having so many stages in the manufacturing process. Some products you may not do it at your premises. Those goods are sent to the outside person, okay, to process further. The process of job work applies during the initial process and the completion process. Further, it applies to intermediate process, assembly, packing or other manufacturing. So in this intermediate process, you can treat as an assembly or you can send it for packing. Okay, so you can have so many type of intermediate process. So if you don't have that capacity at your premises, you can send these goods to outside person, okay, to do this process. Okay, the person who is treating or processing the goods belonging to the other person is called job worker, and the person to whom the goods belongs is called a principal. Principal in the sense is a taxable person. Okay, it's a principal company. Now I am just showing you how the job work applies. Here you see the registered tax person or a principal person sends goods to the purpose of treatment or processing. Now job worker receives that. Okay, this process is called job work, which is done by a job worker. Okay, so the goods which are sent to a job worker, it belongs to a principal company. Okay, now job worker will do this process and he will return the intermediate products. He will take the raw materials and he will give back the intermediate product. Okay, before that, before showing this job work process in MRP2, I want to just take you through the flowchart of MRP2 again. Okay, see, we have many stages here. First we have a sales order and independent order process. Then we have MRP2 process. We have scheduling process, and then we have job work process, which we call it as external process. Okay, then we have a manufacturing process, which we call as internal process. Okay, so last time we have finished the manufacturing process. Here once again I will explain you about the MRP2. In MRP2, whenever you start the MRP process, it purely depends on the sales order or independent order. Okay, when you start MRP, again I am repeating, it is make to order and it is make to quantity. If it is make to order, we need to punch the sales order. If it is make to quantity, we need to punch the independent order. Okay, once these orders are into the system, we punch into the system, then we run the MRP process. Okay, again in MRP process, what system does is it will check the independent order or sales order due date. What is the end date of that particular sales order? Okay, all the sales orders will be fetched and loaded in the MRP process. So we will select the required sales order here, then we will break that particular sales order into lots breakup. We have manual breakup and we have order to order process. Manual means we can do partial manufacturing. Order to order means it is a full quantity. Okay, then once this is done, we have a scheduling type. In scheduling, as I told, we have backward scheduling or forward scheduling. Backward scheduling means it's purely dependable on the due date what is given by the customer. Okay, what it does is it will check the calendar whether the calendar is free or not. If it is free, then it will auto schedule. Okay, once the scheduling is done, then what we have to do is we have to check for the stocks. Okay, once we check for the stocks, we go for a planning. Okay, then we do a MRP planning here. Okay, if there are no stocks, then we raise an indent. When we raise an indent, again here we have two type of indents. One is dependent raw materials, one is purchase requisition. Here I want to tell you about the dependent raw materials. Dependent raw materials means some people what they do is they raise a dependent raw material voucher. Okay, order to order. Then if they want to procure, if you have the same sales order repeating again, so they will club these dependent orders and then they will make a single purchase requisitions. Then they will order those purchase requisitions, they will link to the purchase order and they will get the materials. Okay, so here you have a selection whether you can club it or you can make it a independent purchase requisitions. Okay, once the materials are procured, okay, then we have a internal process or external process. Okay, if it is an internal process, we have to procure all the materials. Here the procurement process starts from here. We raise a purchase order, we receive material receipt note, then we update the stocks. Okay, then what we do, if it is an internal process, we will, once the stocks are received, we will release the production order. Once production order is released, we will do the issues to production. Okay, issues to production. Okay, when we do the issues to production, the intermediate products and the finished good products will get processed. Then it will be received to the shop floor. Then we do a receipt from production. Okay, after the QC is done, it is sent to the main stores. Okay, this is the internal process. Again, if it is an external process, assume that some processes you cannot do it in your company. Okay, in your floor. Okay, in that case, what we have to do is we have to raise a job order. Okay, after raising the job order, what we do is we maintain a virtual warehouse. Okay, why we maintain a virtual warehouse is according to the job order which is related to the BOM. Job order has a finished good has a BOM. Based on the job order, they will follow the BOM and they will transfer those materials, raw materials, to a virtual warehouse. So this warehouse you can maintain on your job work vendor also. Okay, so it will be transferred to the virtual warehouse. From virtual warehouse, it is issued to the job worker. When you issue to the job worker, as per the Indian statutory norms, here you have to generate a e-invoicing. If your goods are more than 50,000 rupees, the e-invoicing challan has to be generated. Okay, so whenever you send any goods to your job worker, it is mandatory that you have to generate a e-invoice. Okay, so once job worker makes the readiness of your intermediate product or finished good or packing material, anything, so he will send those goods back to you in a form of a intermediate product. Then you will do a receipt from job work. Okay, once the receipt from job work is done, then you will be updating your stocks. Okay, once the stocks are updated, then you will be doing the final assembly. So this is how the job work will goes on. Okay, now in Focus9 ERP, I will show you how we will do the job work process. Okay, when you log in into the company, just search for the sales orders. Okay, see here I have two sales orders. I'm just going into the first sales order. I have this FG item, 100 numbers. My due date is 30th September. Okay, and my quantity is 100. Okay, and the second sales order I have I received from customer B. Okay, same item, I have only just 20 quantity. My due date is 7th of October. Okay, the first order I received from customer A. Okay, now once the sales orders are received, we will run a MRP process. In the search menu, you can just click, you just type MRP process, you will get this MRP process screen. Here you can select all orders, sales orders or planned independent orders. I am just selecting all orders. I will just define my I will just define my due date. If I define my due date as September 30 and load it, it shows only one order. Okay. If I define my date as October and load it, I will get 2 orders. Now what I do is I will process these orders. Okay. So what I do, I'll just process this first order. I'll click on lots breakup. I'll say I want to do it a order to order. So what it does is it will take the planning quantity as 100 and your ordered quantity as 100. Okay. So I'll click on preferences. Okay. I'll click on preferences. Then I click on schedule and raise order. Okay. Now once I click on schedule and raise order, because my due date is September 30th, it has taken this schedule on 29th at 10 o'clock and it is ending at 6:30, because based on my calendar timings it has scheduled. Okay, this backward scheduling, it will check the customer due date and it will schedule one day before. Okay, then I click on explode bomb. When I click on explode bomb, again I have an option here. I'll just select the warehouse. I'll just search for all the stocks in the respect. So here it will show there is no stocks. Then I'll go for a planning, purchase planning. I click on a planning. Okay, when I click on a planning, now you see I have raise dependent requirements. Okay, here when I say dependent requirements, I can even raise the dependent requirement or I can raise a purchase request. Okay, I'm just showing you with the purchase request. Okay, then I click on MRP planning. When I click on MRP planning, okay, I get all these orders to be raised. Okay, then I have an option called raise indent here. I click on raise indent. Once it is raised, here I'll get a message, procurement voucher raised successfully, document number. Then I click on finish. When I click on finish, even the production order is raised. Now once this is raised, now I have to procure these materials. Okay, I have to procure these materials. I just go to the purchase requisition, material requisition. Okay, I can see this material requisition is raised for sales order number 1. You can see the reference order number also here. You can see the production order number also here and the production order ID also. Okay. Okay, now I'll just see what is my workflow, how I have designed to update the stocks. I'll just see my purchase workflow, procurement workflow. See, my procurement workflow is first is material requisition. It is already raised by the MRP2. Now I need to raise my purchase order as well as my purchase voucher. Okay, to update the stocks. So I go to the purchase order. I click on pending material requisitions. I get all the pending requisitions. I just select this material requisition. I click on convert. Okay, when I click on convert, it will ask me to which vendor I should order. I am ordering to vendor A. Okay, and just save this. Once I save this, now vendor will send me the materials. Once vendor sends a material, I can update this through material receipt note or purchase voucher, because in my flow I am updating stocks through purchase voucher. I am updating finance as well as stocks, so I am just taking purchase voucher. Okay, now here I click on pending orders. So I get the pending orders here. I just select it and convert it. Okay, I'll just select whichever purchase account is applicable for this. If any, now in which warehouse I am updating this. I'm just selecting as a main warehouse. I just select the cost center. Okay, now I give my price, for what price I have taken. Okay, so I have procured all these raw materials according to my purchase requisition, and I'm just saving this. Okay, once you procured, you can go and check your stock ledger whether these items have been updated in your inventory or not. Okay, I'm just selecting as on date, I'm just selecting all items and I press OK. Okay, so it is not showing as on date. This is end date is 30th. Let me check what is my receive date. Yeah, I received on 29th, so I should give the date as 29th to check the stocks. So date range I am giving as 29th. Okay, I just select all items and press OK. Okay, see here my date is September, so that is the reason it is not showing, because if I want to procure, I have to procure by this date. So it has taken 29/9, so I just give 29/9 here in the stock ledger. Okay, I just give September date as September 30th. I'll just select all items and press OK. Now you see all these items, you can see whatever I have procured. I have procured R1, R2 and R3. Okay, RM1, RM2 and RM3. So once these materials are procured, you need to release the production order. Now assume that one item you are not able to do in your premises. For say example, it is SFG. What I'll do is I go to release production order. Okay, I go to release production order. I'll get all these production orders here. I have my SFG, I have my FG. Assume that SFG I want to do it outside, FG I want to do it inside. So what I do, I just select this and double click on this. When I double click on this, okay, I have a menu here, a release production order. Here you can see there is an option called outsource. Okay, when you click on outsource, it will ask you how much quantity you want to release. Okay, if you want to give a partial quantity to one vendor and some other quantity to another vendor, you can even release it. Okay, you can change it. Okay, here what you can do is you can select the vendor name, to which vendor you are giving. Okay, I'm giving this to vendor B. Okay, then I click on here. You have a job rate. This job rate will be picked from your price book. Okay, if you are maintaining a price book, then that particular vendor price will be picked for this particular item. Okay, so you can see the reference sales order number also here, and what is the due date. Okay, then you can release the order. Once this is released, the job order is raised. Okay, to check the job order, what you need to do is you need to go to the job order. Okay, when you click on a job order, now you see this particular job is raised for vendor B. Okay, here I'm just giving the rate because I am not maintaining the price book at the moment. I just say 50 rupees I'm giving for this quantity. I'm just saving it. Okay, once the job order is raised, you need to transfer the stocks. Okay, so we can maintain virtual warehouse. Okay, we have a warehouse master here. We have a warehouse master here. You have intermediate stores, you have production floor. I can even add one new warehouse as vendor B. Okay, V002. Okay, I'm just giving as V002. Okay, I'm treating this as my vendor B warehouse. So what I do is I have a stock transfer here. Stock transfer. I go to a stock transfer. I click on new. So what I do, if I want to issue my material, okay, so I just click on September 29th. I am issuing this because I got these stocks on September 29th only. So from which warehouse I am issuing? From main stores. Issuing from main stores to my vendor B warehouse. So I'll just select my R1, RM1. Okay, whatever the quantity I am issuing. Then I select again RM2 because these two materials I have to issue as per the BOM. Okay. Here the average price will be picked. We have to fix the formula, so the average price will be fixed. Okay, when you save this, okay, the stock transfer is done. Okay, now you can see your stocks. If you want to see your stocks, stock ledger in the vendor warehouse, you can select all the items. Okay, now you can give a date as of September 30th. Then you can filter it. You can filter on a warehouse. Okay, I can just select the warehouse name equals to value vendor B. Now when I say OK and press OK, now you see these two items, it has been transferred to my vendor B. So now these items from vendor B virtual warehouse, I have to issue to the vendor. Job work issues. Okay, job work issue. When you click on job work issue, here you will see the pending job order numbers. Select the pending job order numbers. For that related job order number, you can see the production order number also. When you click on tab, you will get all the information loaded here, the vendor name. Now you have to define from which warehouse you are issuing these raw materials. And here type of delivery note you have to select as a job work. Here a place of supply is IGST fields are there, which are related to the statutory fields. Once you raise these issues to job work, it will create a voucher, issues to job work voucher. As per Indian statutory norms, any material value which is more than 50,000, the e-invoicing has to be raised. For that reason, these fields are mandatory. If it is within the state, you select as within the state. If it is out of the state, you can select is IGST as yes. So now I am selecting as a local state, so I am selecting as no. Then I select this particular SFG raw materials. Now here I have issue quantity, issue now. Okay, here I will give what is the quantity I am issuing. Okay, for both. If you want to issue partially also, you can issue here. Once you save this, the job work issue voucher is raised. Here you will get a message, issues to job worker successfully. Okay, now I go to the issues to job work issues. Here you can see that voucher. Here that voucher is copied here in this particular voucher. Based on this, you can generate the e-invoice. Okay, once your job worker informs you that your intermediate product is ready to deliver and its readiness, so he will send the material to you as per your instructions. So you need to go to job work receipt. In this job work receipt, you have again the pending job order numbers. Click on get details. All the details will be loaded. Select the shift in case if the shift is available, otherwise you can select as not applicable. Here you can select the warehouse, in which warehouse you want to store this material, the finished good, the SFG intermediate finished good. Okay, narration you need to mention full receive. Okay, here what is the quantity you received. If you receive partial, you can mention as partial. Now I am entering as full quantity I received. Here I can close this. Okay, if it is a full receive, I click on save. I have to select the record and then I will click on save. Okay, then here you can see the production order number, quantity, what is the quantity done now, that means which has been received. When I click OK, here you will get a message that receipt from job worker posted successfully. Once this is posted, you can check the receipt from job work voucher. Job work receipts. Here the voucher is posted. So that means your SFG is received. Okay. Once this SFG is received, now you can release the next production order. Okay. So the SFG is finished. Now only the pending is FG. So like this, now this FG is processed internally. So you can release it. Once the FG is done, Here the job work process will end. Thank you for watching my video. If you like, please subscribe.